Hey Jazz, welcome to the jacast podcast. My name is Haru Clement.
My name is David Haddon.
And today we're going to be talking about some Detroit sports. I feel like the Lions are very good. I think the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl. But they just need to get better pass rush. Because all they got is Aiden Hutchinson. And Aiden Hutchinson can't do it all on his own. I mean, he's a great player. Yeah, he's a defensive end.
Yeah.
He 97. He's really good. I mean, he's having kind of a down year since like last year, but he was a rookie. Also, who is that Joseph dude? I don't want to hate on anybody, but Jerry Joseph on when they were playing Thanksgiving, he was getting burnt. You got I don't know if C.J. Gardner Johnson is back yet, but they need to play him against their top receivers instead of putting Jerry Joseph or Kirby Joseph or Brian Branch, your defensive rookie of the year candidate.
Do you have it?
I mean, like, it's terrible. I'm not gonna cut you off. Like, what you think about the Lions?
I think the Lions are very good. I think the record is what? I think it's 10-3.
Their record is like 8-3. 8-3.
8-3. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think they're doing very good. I think they could take it all the way, possibly to the Super Bowl. Surprisingly, they're doing good. This is probably one of the best seasons they've had in franchise history. Probably.
Yeah, the last time they started off 8-2, I don't think anyone that worked at this school was alive besides Mr. Holstein.
But yeah, let's talk about the Pistons now.
The Pistons, like, dude, what are you doing? Why is Killian Hayes starting? Killian Hayes, I'm like, just end the experiment. He's not that good. I get he's 20 and he could develop, but man don't have a right hand.
Exactly. Dude, bro is only a lefty. But what's very disappointing is that, come on now, Detroit, y'all are the last. You are the last team in the Eastern Conference, number 15.
Last in the league.
You guys are behind the Wizards, the Hornets, and the Bulls. Like, come on.
I mean, like, why are you also back to Killian Hayes? Why are you starting Killian Hayes over Jaden Ivey, your number 5 draft pick, who have shown incredible flashes of being a John Morant type player without the guns?
Well, yeah. Now, let's talk about the top teams in both of the conferences of the NBA. The Celtics are number 1.
Yeah, the Celtics are number 1. I'm not surprised. Like, over the off season, they built a really super team. They got Kristaps Porzingis, which I believe is super underrated.
Yeah. Then they picked up Drew Holiday. Yeah.
Drew Holiday.
Amazing defender.
Even though they traded away, they traded away Marcus Smart, who was a defensive point guard. They got another defensive point guard, Drew Holiday. I remember last year seeing a survey saying the players said the hardest player to be guarded by was Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't want to talk about the number 1 seed. Let's talk about the number 2 seed, the Orlando Magic.
I had never seen the Orlando Magic this high up in the conference. They must be doing their thing this year. I haven't really seen none of the games.
Let's not forget, last year, I'm not talking about the Wembanyama year. I'm talking about they had the first overall pick.
Paolo Banchero.
He's actually him. What's his stats?
I think. Hold on.
I think he's like averaging 30 points a game. Well, I think like 25.
Well, he's doing pretty good. It looks like his stats are at least, almost 30 points per game. It's crazy. 33.1 points per game. That's very good for. He's proven that he's proving that he is the number 1 pick from last year.
Yeah, he like, I know people were saying the draft Jabari Parker Jr.
Jabari Smith.
Is Jamari Smith?
Yeah, I think it was Jamari.
They drafted Jamari Jr. or Chet Holmgren. I mean, Chet Holmgren have shown some great players. He might steal the Rookie of the Year from Wembanyama if anyone's going to do it. But he just proving that he could lead a team that came from the bottom, that came from the slums, that came from the trenches.
One of the youngest teams in the NBA.
Back to the number 2 seed behind the Celtics. I mean, like, hopefully Kate Cunningham's to do that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think they're even going to make the playoffs. You know, honestly, let's go back to the Pistons. Honestly, I'm very disappointed overall in the Pistons. I know I said this earlier, but
in the 2023 calendar year, the Lions have more wins than the Pistons. The Lions played 17 games.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons played 82. What's happening?
I don't even know, bro. They have the, I think, number 5 pick, Asar Thompson. And he's been doing good as far as the defensive role.
I mean, he just needs to find his shot. He could turn into Kawhi.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I'm almost sure everybody that is from Detroit thought that the Pistons would be somewhat good this year. Yeah, but to be last in their seed is like crazy.
I'm so disappointed in them. I'm disappointed in Monty Smith because I was looking at I read an article, right? Last year at the trade deadline, they got offered 2 picks for Bojan Bogdanovic and declined it. I mean, Bogdanovic is probably last year their best player on the team. He was averaged like 18 points. I tell you something about him. Just me saying that he was averaging 18 points. He was the best player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but 2 first-round picks for them, you gotta make that trade. Like you can make your team younger, and like what are we doing? And I saw an interview after Monty Smith got hired for Pistons. That was in like why they chose Detroit, and he was like for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're drafting people with no passion for the game. Like that's what the Lions did. They drafted a player who was there when they went defeated. And he in the first interview he was crying because he knows how the city felt. But you gotta do that with the rest of the teams, because sooner than later, if you keep acting like this, there won't be no basketball team in Detroit. They'll probably be in San Diego. Oh, let's get to college football. I'm kind of getting too mad, but let's talk about my guys, the Michigan Wolverines. They beat Ohio State 30-24, and you could check out their game Saturday at 8 o'clock against Iowa in the Big Ten championship. They're favored by 22 points.
Yeah, it seems like Michigan football is doing way better than Michigan basketball. Even the Michigan Wolverines basketball team, they're 4-3, and I think they're like 7th or 8th in their division.
I mean, I feel like the Michigan basketball team will be doing a little bit better if what's his name, Caleb Love, the kid from UNC, didn't decommit the transfer portal. But I mean, they're having a better. They don't be having that good of recruiting classes.
Yeah, so let's go back to the Michigan Wolverines. Football. They are number 1 in the Big Ten East. What do you think about that, Huru?
I'm not surprised. Like I had them going 12-0.
They are 12-0 actually.
I see them going to the Natty, man. I see them winning the Natty, holding up that high, that national championship trophy. And also, I got a little dark horse for y'all for Heisman this year. I know he's not going to win it because it's a quarterback award. But Blake Horn, man, he is going crazy. And also, I mean, if this wasn't a run-first offense, I think J.J. McCarthy will be a pretty good candidate for the Heisman. I want J.J. to go to Detroit because I mean, Jared Goff is playing like a top 10 quarterback, but I don't think he's a franchise guy. I mean, he's still 28, but you have to pay him $50 million a year. So I wouldn't do it. I'll just draft young, because this is a great and deep quarterback class. You can't go wrong with Caleb Williams, Drake Mays, Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy,
Yep.
Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels. Quentin Ewers ain't come. If Quentin Ewers want the class for the draft, he'll probably be a second, third round pick.
No. Now let's talk about Michigan's overall NCAA ratings. What do you think about them being second behind Georgia?
I mean, I'm not mad about them being second, because we play only 2 ranked teams, while Georgia had played 20th ranked Kentucky, 25th ranked, top 20 ranked Kentucky. They played ranked. They play number 12 Old Miss and blew them out the water 10-52. And
crazy.
I think there's one more ranked team they have, but I'm kind of worried about their season. Like, it would be unfair for Georgia if they lose one game against the Alabama. They're not going to their national football playoff. Even though I don't think, I believe Alabama should be out of the conference. If Texas win, I don't think Alabama should have a shot, because Texas beat them. So let's go on to MSU. I mean, the kids on the other side of the middle. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are 4-8.
That's crazy,
man. Y'all lost 0-50 to the
42
Wolverines.
is crazy to Penn State.
42-0 to Penn State.
Yeah, the Michigan Wolverines are way better than the Spartans, honestly.
I mean, the Spartans, they got a new coach from Oklahoma State, which is a ranked team going to the Big Ten championship game.
Did you hear about that coach being paid like $31.1 million? You think he's worth that much, especially with them losing like this?
I mean, he's okay. I mean, like, I say pay him like $15 million. Because you want to have more money for a bunch of transferring quarterbacks like Dante Moore or DJ Kugler or Archie Manning, but I just feel skeptical about it, because whenever Oklahoma State play like top 10 ranked team, they lose.
But I think their last coach too was paid $9.5 million. That's a huge stretch.
I mean, $9.5 million over 10 years, so that's 95 over 10 years. It's a shame what happened to him with the sexual assault accusations. He was a really good coach. I mean, like, that season 2021, I could never forget how mad I was when they beat Michigan. But like, they're I see I feel a bright future ahead of them.
Okay, well, no, I think we talked about all the Detroit sports and other NBA teams and NFL teams. So that'll be all for this episode. Let us know what you think about Detroit sports or any NBA or NFL teams down in the comments below.
Thank you for listening, and top two, not the two. Goodbye.